Welcome to Everything Currency. This is a show where we talk about everything crypto and mo. I'm your host Jay, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this crazy market, but more importantly, I want to talk to you about how to buy the dip, how to buy an oversold bounce, because right now, as things are getting red, it's looking like the dips are gonna come into play. We're almost in that spot where we can buy the dip. But first, I want to show you guys this. It says when you're buying the dip and it keeps falling deeper. So it's like I bought the dip, it went lower, bought the dip, went lower, bought the dip, went lower. So this investment strategy is in the long run not going to make you a lot of money. So first things first, when we are buying the dip in a market, we want to make sure that the entire market is in a uptrend. So first and foremost, buy the dips, then sell high. It's the easiest concept in investing, but it's the hardest thing to do because when the price is going up, you usually have FOMO and you say, man, yes, I made $200 or I made 4x on my return. Shout out to Ben, but I feel like I'm going to keep going and make 17x on my return. But it's like you at least got to take something off the table, and you don't actually have to try to guess the top. You can actually wait until it's starting to come down, because you can see it always starts to come down and it goes in waves, and you can get rid of it on those waves. So first things first, now in markets there's something that's always called a retest. And what a retest is when the price breaks a trend. I'll show you one of this chart right here. When the price breaks a trend and it comes up, it usually comes back down to retest it before it starts moving again. And that's where I think we are as far as the market goes and as far as Bitcoin goes. Here's a better view of a retest right here. Let's see if it gives me a picture that's big enough. It's right here. So you see it's above here's the trend line. The price is above this red trend line right here. It breaks under right here, and then it comes back up immediately to test it, and then it comes back down. So there's always retests. There's retests going up and there's retests going down. Retesting resistance and testing support. So looking at Bitcoin, let me pull up Bitcoin real quick. I'm gonna pull it up on Binance. Let's see, where's Bitcoin USDC at? No, I'll do USDT. I'll do Bitcoin USDT because there's more volume. There's more volume, I believe. Okay. And the Bitcoin chart is like crazy manipulated anyway, so look. So yeah, zooming out on the weekly, this is where we are right here. So everybody was excited because you had this big trend, and this chart actually doesn't go back as far as I would like it to, but you have this big trend that was going like this, and it was touching right here. So everybody was like, look, this big line that was from 2017 until now, this 2-3 year line got broken to the upside. Now look at what it's about to do. Let me make this line different color, lighter. It's about to retest it. So once this line retests, hopefully it hits it and it bounces off. If it goes under it, then I don't know. But the thing about it is, if it hits it right now and this week, you're looking at around 9,000, and that's what a lot of people have been calling for. And for me, I've been like thinking, oh, maybe we can hit 9,800. If we move it up to these wicks, then we're right on it, but then we have less touches on this trend line, and you want to have as many touches on this trend line as possible. If I move it up to this wick and then come down to there, which actually looks more like the trend from the top till there. If you were to use the wicks, then you can see that this line came down basically right to this trend line and tested right there and started moving back up. So that is great. So looking at that, you say, okay, if this uptrend continues, which hopefully it will, let's zoom in a little bit, go to the daily. You have an uptrend right here in Bitcoin. So usually when there's an uptrend in low Bitcoin, then we're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But it's getting retested and it's making us nervous. But that's cool. When we get nervous, that's good. I don't like when everybody gets too excited. You know, that's when things start dumping, as you guys see. So all the way into this video, about 5 or 6 minutes, we see that we are in a uptrend, so we can buy dips. How do you find dips? Come to crypto alerts, and then you can click right here to oversold RSI. What is RSI? RSI is an indicator that you would use to measure the strength of the move. So I'm gonna close it so I can show you guys how to open it. Now this is like, I'm not an expert on technical analysis, but this helps me out. So you come right here. If you're on Binance, click on this little thing. Most exchanges have it right there. Indicators, and type RSI. Then I'm gonna change the color just so you can see the plot line. So right now the line is in this purple and it kind of blends in too much, so I'm gonna make it white and I'm gonna make it a little thicker. So this is the relative strength index, and you can see that what this means, what this is telling me, is that when it's going up, it means that there's a lot of buyers. When it's going down, it means that there's a lot of sellers. Well, duh, Jay, the price could tell me that. But look. What it's doing is it's giving me a view of kind of what may or may not happen. When I see the price going up here above this 70 or 80% range, up here in the 80% range for sure, then I'm expecting a nice drop. And look at what happened when it hit this up here in the 80% range. Look at what happened to the price on that very next candle, making it bigger so you can see. On that very next candle, it came down, it went back into this level, and then it kept going. And then when the price dropped, you can see that it started being, the seller started taking over, and it started to almost reach the oversold level, which would be out here, you know, down below the 30s and the 20s and under that. And hopefully the price will make a bounce to the opposite direction. So that's how we use RSI, and we try to say, all right, look, I'm gonna buy this dip once I see the RSI, and you know, once I see the price responding to this RSI. You know, it doesn't always play out, as in the case right here. If you would have bought right here, or if you would have shorted right here, then you would have lost money, because it kept going up above even higher. So for me, I like to not take no chances. Change this to 80, change this to 20. So there, you can see when price starts getting to this overbought, which means the buyers are winning, it's going up, it usually dips back down to kind of cool off, and that's the cooling off period. That's what people say. This area right here in the purple is the cooling off period. So this is how you look for that. So how do you buy this dip? Easy. This is how I would do it. Price is coming down. I'm looking for resistance and support. So I'm looking for basically support. So I'm coming and I'm looking back at the chart and I'm saying, look, over here there's a spot, over here there's a spot, over here there's a spot, kind of lines up. I'm gonna put a line right there. I'm gonna make it yellow, and you can see that if I try to get it more precise, it's kind of lining up with what's happening in the price action right now, which is very cool. So now I'm saying, this is my first support line right here. this one right here at all this price action right here. I'm just gonna go below all of it with these wicks and say it's right there. So say I got $100 for easy math, and this thing I'm like, okay, it's not oversold, so it could still keep going down, but you know, I don't want to make the wrong buys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize my risk by saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to take $25 and buy right here, just in case it holds this line, keeps going up. If it starts going up, then I could go with my on the way up strategy. I'm not buying the dip anymore, I'm actually buying the breakout. So I'm gonna do that if that's the case, but right now we're buying the dip. So when it gets right here, I'm gonna buy 25 bucks. Then when it gets right here, I'm gonna buy another 25 bucks, and then I'll get one more resistance spot that I think it's gonna be at. I'll say right there. Now if it's not oversold right there, then I'll put another buy order in. So keep in mind that this is Bitcoin and we're on the higher time frame, so some of these prices might not actually work out for sure. I don't think that the price of Bitcoin is going to 7,700, but I'm sure there's some people out there who have buy orders set in that area, and what that tells me is that when the price gets to that area, it's gonna bounce because people are waiting there with their buy orders ready, saying, oh, just give me a chance to buy some Bitcoin at 7,700, and that's where I try to buy the dip. You get what I'm saying? So that sound means just download the Brave browser. I'm going to be doing a thing pretty soon where I'm going to be taking out my Brave browser coins, liquidity farming with them, and see how that goes. So links in the description for that. But I hope this helps some people out. The RSI, the resistance lines, buying in proportions, like as you're buying on the way up and on the way down. When I say take profit, you don't have to just get out of the game and say, okay, now I'm bored watching everybody else have all the fun. No, if you're going up and you say, hey, I take 20% now and go up again, I take 20%, I go up again, I take 20% 5 times on the way up, I'm still good. And you know, that's the way to really make this money. So with technical analysis, especially with fundamental analysis, you're not going to time these tops. Nobody knows when these tops and these bottoms are going to hit. So the cool thing is we can make money right in the middle where we know the price action is already at. So like and subscribe, turn on post notifications. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If you made it this far into the video, I'm pretty sure that this is something that you're really interested in, and you can go ahead and look forward to the course that I'm going to be coming out with soon, where I go into a lot of the basics of cryptocurrency, why Bitcoin, and some of the basics of technical analysis that I know, and show you guys some strategies and some tricks to make money in this market and how to take advantage of this amazing technology that I just can't get enough of. So like and subscribe, turn on post notifications. Till next time, peace.